but I wanted to be like, okay, I'm stepping out. This is the first time people are going to see me with Jordan. Like, I wanted to be crazy. We were getting closer to the timeline, and I was like, Kim, I don't know if we can get these like custom like measurements and everything on time. Let's just take a dress and turn it into a jersey dress.
OMG, it's Izzy B, and I am so excited that we get to talk to you because I think you are just changing your whole branding, brand management. Tell me a little bit about what you came into this season focusing on with your off the court look, branding, attracting brands to sponsor you.
Yeah, I feel like the W has always been a space for more branding opportunities. And honestly, since leaving college, I felt like I was an athlete that could come in and change that for the W. And I wanted to for sure focus on that going into this season. And that's a big reason why I didn't go overseas, because I just felt like I was missing the opportunity. And of course, brands want to work with players. I don't know if people know that, but when you're away for 6 or 7 months, it's hard for them to try to commit, and the time change is just they have someone else ready in that position, but the opportunities are being there. So I told myself I'm gonna stay here and make sure I'm being seen digitally as much as possible, and not only just relying on brands but my own social media accounts. So whatever it is, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, I just wanted to be involved with it as much as possible, because that's where this world is going. So I want us to stay relevant in that area. So I'll do things from time to time just to, again, just stay involved. I'll do like a Jordan get ready with me things on my TikTok. I'll do just outfits. And of course, working with Jordan this past year, I've got to partner up with Kim Shui. She's a great designer out of New York, and she's created a couple looks for me that went like viral this year. So
that's my next question. You're just like in my head right now, because my very next question was, Google searches for Isabelle Harrison reached a 5-year high when that pregame outfit went viral. So first of all, you got to look at the outfit because it is so fly. It is a customized Jordan brand leather jersey dress. Yeah. Tell me how this look came together with that new designer that you're talking about.
Yeah, so we met in Portland right before the season, and I was signed with Jordan, but nobody knew this, but they already had so many projects lined up for me. They were like, this is what we're going to do. So they took me and 2 other players with Jordan, Arella, and then AP, Area Powers. And I got to work with Kim Shui. That was my designer. And actually, it's funny because that wasn't even supposed to be the outfit. And it was supposed to be like this 2-piece like UNC moment for Jordan. But I wanted to be like, okay, I'm stepping out. This is the first time people are going to see me with Jordan. Like, I wanted to be crazy. We were getting closer to the timeline, and I was like, Kim, I don't know if we can get these like custom like measurements and everything on time. Let's just take a dress and turn it into a jersey dress. So she sent me one of her items from the line. I literally told her where I wanted the cuts to be, where I wanted the logo to be, the zipper, the tailor, everything. And literally got there on game day. I went to FedEx to go pick it up and wore it to walk in. So I felt beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I felt really happy. That was my moment. I got to step out and represent Jordan.
It was stunning because the thing I loved, you had some lace up down the side, and I'm like, ooh, the lace up is the next level. But not only that, the Balenciaga bag, the wraparound strappy sandals, like it was a whole vibe. Your vibe is different this year. Like you're bringing it a next level. How expensive is that? Do you have to have a stylist? Are you doing all this yourself? How does it work?
So I don't want to say it's expensive. And I've always been into fashion, Holly. Like that's something I
always look great. Yes.
Yeah, I just feel like it's an expression of me, and just with my height growing up, I never just really had clothes like that. So I've always kind of done my own thing. So I was like, okay, this year I'm gonna make sure I plan more outfits to do. But with Kim, I want to make sure each outfit we do is different. So we've done like 4 outfits so far. We did the red carpet at the All-Star, which I loved. We did the Jordan dress, and we did this whole blue moment not too long ago with like this custom pant leg body.
Was it? I was trying. Were they boots or was it a pant leg? Is that the one you're talking about? It was like a thigh high.
Yes.
I was trying to walk me through that outfit because I was obsessed. I was like zooming in on the picture, like what is happening?
Yeah, so Kim sent it to me like an email, and I was like, Kim, I ain't never seen nothing like this. So I don't know if I'm aware of this. And it was scary a little bit, but you know what? We did fittings. She came, I went to New York, I did one in Portland, and I did another one here in Dallas. And I did that one in Dallas. And when I put it on, I should have just trusted her because her line is beautiful. And we just paired a classic white and light blue Air Force One with it. And it just looked like a boot, honestly. And I don't know, I felt so comfortable just trusting her with what I like, and I just want to do something different. I hate when people are like, this isn't your lane. A lot of stuff I did this year was not in my lane, but it created attention and it created a discussion, and that's ultimately what I want. I know I can dress, and not everybody's gonna like what I like, but who cares? Like, I'm gonna wear whatever I feel comfortable in, and I feel like more players should do that.
I'm really proud of you because I remember you doing a post. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, because you've been doing these posts, you've been doing beauty products, you've been trying to build your Instagram following. And you basically were in this post saying like, what is it going to take? I'm great on the court. I'm beautiful. Like, brands, come with me. Like, I will take you. And finally you get Jordan Brand. How hard was it to build that up and get these brands to really believe in you?
Well, it starts with the belief in yourself, because I knew, like, even in college, we couldn't do like deals or nothing like that, but I would always be approached by companies. I just couldn't do anything. Like, I just wasn't able to partner with anyone. So being in the W, I hate that I don't want to say it's a smaller scope than college, but brands sometimes take a back seat on that. And I don't like that. I feel like we are so diverse, 144 women. We should be able to represent by every company, in my opinion. And I just feel like closed mouths don't get fed. I just feel like I'm gonna put it out there and see what happens. And I took a risk. I remember I tweeted that in Phoenix, and I was like, let me just send it. And because sometimes you don't want to be like politically correct, but you still want to advocate for yourself. And I just was like, you know what, let me just advocate for myself and do this. And I put it out there, but I also knew it came along with a lot of work. So like I said in this off season, I'm gonna stay home. I worked with the Mavericks. I did my internship with them. I did AU, Athletes Unlimited, which was amazing opportunity. And now that I think about it, I think that's a huge reason why I got to sign with Jordan. I think they saw my game, how it developed, how much I grew as a player. And I wasn't overseas. They saw my game in the States. They watched my games because we were even on ESPN. We were everywhere at AU. So again, I just put in a lot of intentionality this offseason, Holly, and it's amazing to see those things happen when you're just constantly like just manifesting it.
Yeah, super proud of you. This is an awkward question, but if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to, but do you think it paid off? Like, you're going to make this much money overseas and you take the risk to not go over there and stay home and kind of work for yourself. Do you think it paid off?
I do, because you have to think about life after basketball. And I've never seen myself doing anything other than basketball, but you have to be realistic too at a time, right? And I think staying home and building those connections is going to be worth it. Like, for instance, at the game last night, Nico Harrison, he's now the GM with the Mavericks, but he used to be at Nike. And he got me my internship this past offseason. And the amount of people I've been able to meet at the Mavericks, I can go any direction off the court now just because of that one off season that I took. So sometimes I can only imagine if more players have to stay in the States and have those opportunities, where would we be as a league? Because I kind of hate that we go off the radar when we go overseas. We need it for our game. Obviously the bag is there, but we do it's almost like an out of sight, out of mind. And like I said, I don't know. I like that we're starting to stay in the States more, because this is our home, and I want us to represented where we live. And it's just a hard balance.
I know, we keep screaming to everybody, like, let's find the money for these women here. That's like, nothing against going overseas and playing. People want to play, but let's find the women money here so they can stay home. Okay, I want to change course just a little bit. I'm so proud of that. Your Fenty stuff. I think you could have your own swimwear line, by the way. And the other thing you did on your Instagram that I love is so great. I know, like, let's get you all the brands. The other thing you do on your Instagram that's really great is you have these icons that's like, okay, here's all my travel posts, here's all my modeling posts, here's all my makeup posts. Like, you've really organized it for fans so they can see the content they want. How did you come up with that idea? I think it's super smart.
You know what? I follow a lot of influencers who aren't athletes, and that's literally how they set up their profiles. And it's a reason why they have that engagement and that fan base, because they make it easy for the fans to watch and see what they're doing. So I just did the same thing. I was like, why should it be any different for athletes, especially for WNBA players? People love our stories. Like, people love to watch us, and even when the fans will talk to me or to send me messages, they follow along with what I'm doing. I can't tell you the amount of people that have screamed at me to get back on YouTube, Holly. I just have not had any time this season. But
I know, off season. There you go. Let's get you a reality show. OMG, it's Izzy B is a great title. I love it.
I love that. Yeah.
Okay. If you need a producer, I feel like I'd be a good producer for you. I think I'm a good hype woman for you. So let's go with that. Okay, I want to hit two other quick things, because this is something we haven't done a lot storytelling wise, but your family is unique. You come from a unique family. I wanted you to share kind of, how is your family unique, and how have they poured into you and been there for you?
So I'm one of 12, same mom, same dad. I'm number 10. So perfect 10. I like to say that all the time. And just growing up, before I even knew I would be a WNBA player, we just been so big on sports. My dad played in the NFL for 10 years. And him and my mom met at Vanderbilt. So again, being in Nashville, we just always were around athletes: basketball, football, track, wrestling. It didn't matter. Because of him, I would say he definitely paved the way for us in that lane. But now that I'm in this position, my family is my biggest supporters. And obviously I watched WNBA when I was younger, but I had my brother who played professionally, and I would go to his high school games, watch him at Colorado. He was my first idol for basketball. But I used to just tell myself, like, I'm a female. I'm not going to be able to do what he's doing, so let me find my own lane. And of course, in a family of 12, it's hard to pick your own sport that somebody else isn't doing. And I was like, at that time, nobody was playing basketball like the way I was. So I was like, let me just stay with basketball. I could have done volleyball. I switched it up. But yeah, to this day, my family is my biggest supporters with everything that I do. I'll come back to my phone after games, and my group chat is like blowing up. My parents and all the siblings are in there, and they love supporting me. Of course, when I got signed to Jordan, they got me a whole Jordan cake. Like, it was a special moment, because everything that they went through, I learned from and applied. So I'm sure they're just as happy to see me in this position.
I have a funny story about your dad. I will never forget this. So we were doing the draft, and the way the draft show works is like, we would have 1 hour on ESPN, and then it would go to another channel or whatever. And like, we ran out of time because you got picked 12th. And it was right at the end of the show, and they cut off and they went to the other channel, and your interview got bought. Like, we couldn't interview you.
Yeah.
And I remember your dad coming over, and he was so firm with me, but he was nice about it. But he was like, Holly Rowe, my daughter will be interviewed. This is not about to happen. And I was like, I agree. And so we got it done. But I remember your dad standing up for you. And I've never forgotten that, because number one, it was really unfortunate. And of course you should have been interviewed. It was just, sometimes just bleak happens in live television. But I've been like I've always loved your dad, because I'm like, that's a ride or die dad right there.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I loved it. It was important.
Yeah.
Okay.
He don't play by his kids.
He's not playing, and I respect him for that. Before I let you go, the thing that I want to talk about, 6 straight wins. This team is on fire. What has happened with the Dallas Wings? They're taking flight. Five straight. You've won 6 of your last 7. That's what it is. 6 of your last 7.
Holly, I think we went through a rough patch early in the season, and we just noticed how much we weren't working together. And when we have a team like you can look at our roster, top to bottom, we are stacked. People don't like to give us that credit, but we have so many pieces to this team. And I think we kind of realized that everybody can eat. You just got to play your role. And the way that we've been playing so together and tight-knitted, moving the ball, and on the other end, that translate to the defensive side, because we can guard as well. I feel like we match up well with a lot of teams. But we also know it's crunch time, it's playoffs, and we got clinched yesterday. But going into the past couple games, we were like, okay, we need to buckle down and do what we need to do. So we were super happy about yesterday. But season's not over. We still got 3 more games left. So we're hoping to get, a winning record before regular season is over and then go into playoffs.
I love it. I remember doing your playoff game last year against Chicago. And it was, like there were times it was like, I don't know, Dallas could win this game. Dallas could upset Chicago, who went on to win the championship. Right. And I just keep thinking Dallas is like right here and you're just ready to take the next step. So what is that going to take?
Just an extreme focus. I know we're dealing with like injuries and everything. We were dealing with that last year at that game. That was when I just came back from COVID.
I remember. And you were struggling. It was hard. I remember.
It was really hard. Inhaler on the bench the whole game, like never before. But even this year, just being intentional and like the games are so fast. I'm in the house, Holly. I'm doing like all my treatment. I'm going home and resting because I know how much that's going to pay off. And that feeling from last year, I still haven't forgot, whether it been any team. Like I just knew we were that close. And then they won the whole thing. That's just kind of like, you just have that chip on your shoulder from last year. But, just being intentional with the way we take care of our bodies and the way that we practice and just coming in with a different mindset that I feel like we haven't had before. Okay, well, I want you to, I keep saying this Dallas team, like I just think Arike is next. Marina's lost her mind. Tierra McCown is finally kind of coming into her own. Kayla Thornton is my favorite player that nobody ever talks about. I'm obsessed with her. So I just feel like you guys are primed. I just want you to really make it happen this year. So pinky swear, let's go. Pinky I'll tell
swear.
The girls, Holly.
Tell them, don't sleep on Dallas. All right. Plus, we need more playoff fits, right? Like we need more tunnel fits. Like playoff, step it up a notch.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go up once we get to playoffs.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm just so proud of you. I've loved watching your journey and how you are advocating for yourself. Closed mouths don't get fed. Isabelle Harrison.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you. So much love to you.